Many of you will know that as COVID-19 has spread the globe, our offshore network of offices has closed over the last few weeks. Now, this week in New Zealand, we've moved to a level 4 response, which effectively means that all non-essential workers in New Zealand must go home and self-quarantine. So we're no different, and that means that we've closed all of our onshore offices here so that our staff can go home, protect themselves, protect their families, and self-quarantine in the safety of their own homes. That doesn't mean to say that immigration is closed for business, because we're not. It's a busy place. There are plenty of essential workers, and certainly our border is an area of criticality for New Zealand, and all of our workers there are busy and will be busy for some time to come. We've also got a skeleton crew operating out of Stout Street in Wellington, our national office, who are responsible for our emergency coordination and ensuring that we are gearing up our business to be able to operate even in these strange and unusual times. As you'll have seen over the last 6 weeks, the government's made a series of changes, border enhancements, to restrict the flow of international travellers coming into New Zealand. Now that's had a massive impact. We're seeing arrivals that were about 16,500 international arrivals a week or so ago, and that's now down to about 5,000. And what we're seeing increasingly is a series of international airports closing or airlines diverting flights. So the options for getting into New Zealand are dwindling, and they're dwindling quite fast. So as it stands at the moment, you'll know that absolutely New Zealand citizens and New Zealand permanent residents can return home should they be able to get a flight. But the opportunities for other people are very, very limited. I'll talk a little bit about that in a moment. The other focus for us at the moment is very much on the 400,000 people who hold temporary visas here in New Zealand. Now, they are as affected by the circumstances as anyone. So we understand the need to act decisively and quickly to relieve anxiety and protect the interests of those individuals who, through no fault of their own, many of whom might be stranded here in New Zealand. We want to minimise business disruption. Business disruption is massive at the moment, and we don't want immigration to contribute to that. In particular, we don't want immigration to contribute to business disruption of essential services. And many of our migrant workforce actually work within those essential services. So we are working very hard with government about steps that we can take to address those risks. So you'll remember that there are 3 general exemptions, including essential workers, including Pacific, and including humanitarian. So it will come as no surprise to you that over the last week or two, our focus has very much been in the essential worker space. We are working very, very closely with other agencies, and in particular the Ministry of Health, to facilitate the movement of essential workers into New Zealand. And when I say essential workers, I'm talking about people with the skills and specialist technical abilities that the Ministry of Health needs to help combat COVID-19. To be completely honest and blunt with you, the humanitarian circumstances have got to be exceptional. They will be isolated cases at best, because with every traveller that comes into New Zealand comes with it a risk. So whilst I'm not saying that we are not accepting humanitarian cases, and we are, and we have processed and decided a number of those, they have got to be exceptional. And I realise that that's causing some consternation out in the community. So a partner is eligible to come into New Zealand if they are a partner of a New Zealand citizen and a New Zealand permanent resident, and they are travelling with that citizen or resident. Now, the partner we need to be satisfied that they are a bona fide partner. So that means either the partner has got a partnership visa, or they've got a track record of coming into New Zealand with that New Zealand citizen or that New Zealand resident, or there is other information which is compelling, which convinces us that partnership is a genuine partnership. Now, these are difficult decisions at the moment for our border staff, because these decisions are being taken at the border at the point that many people are turning up to try and board planes. If our staff cannot have the assurance that people meet those exemption criteria, they will not be boarded. As people will have seen, the government have announced that there will be an automated visa rollover as of the 2nd of April. So that effectively means that all temporary students, work and visitor visa holders who have a valid visa on the 2nd of April will have those visas rolled over so that they are valid on the same conditions through to the end of September. So that takes away all of the anxiety that those people may have about their lawful status in New Zealand. If you have any clients in that situation here in New Zealand, then please get them to apply for a new visa, an online visa, get that application lodged, and then trigger the interim visa process. As soon as those applications are lodged, the interim visa kicks in and they will have 6 months validity to remain here in New Zealand, again on broadly similar conditions to what they're on. Look after yourselves. Take care of you and the families. Take care of your friends, and listen to the government instructions. And in times like this, let's keep perspective. Let's keep our patience. Keep our sense of humour. And I look forward to the time when we can get round the table and have those face-to-face discussions once again. Take care. Goodbye.